fighting with myself way too long. Need to quit it like it's Quidditch with the golden balls. And none of my best friends don't care at all. And I'ma watch them fall like the violent wall. And I say what I say.
What's up, guys? Peace. How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. All Out is officially in the books, and it's over and done with. This was a very decent show. I can't sugarcoat it. I gotta be honest as fuck with you guys, like I always am. And this was a very good show. This was a pretty decent show. Where does AEW go from here? Where do they go from here? They have a ton of momentum. They do. Can't lie about that. But now they have to get real with who they're going to push and when they're going to push them. Because I don't think they need any more ex-WWE talent. They've got what they need. If they bring in Wyndham Rotunda, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with that. But a lot of these guys are going to have to take the back seat. A lot of these guys are going to take the back seat. And whether you like it or not, it's going to have to happen. A lot of these guys will take the back seat. You have a main event scene of Bryan Danielson, a.k.a. Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole, CM Punk, Hangman Adam Page when he comes back. I just don't get the fact that these dumb fucks online and on social media think that WWE is worried about it. Why would WWE be worried about it? They don't care. They do not legitimately care. And this is the problem, because AEW's fan base is so fucking stupid. It's unreal. AEW has to begin to decide who they're going to push and who's going to be in that main event scene going forward. Who's going to be in that mid-card scene going forward. They have to make these decisions. These dire decisions, because this roster is fucking bloated. It's bloated beyond belief. Tony Khan cannot just keep fucking signing everyone. You can't do it. Like, once they bring in Wyndham Rotunda, a.k.a. Bray Wyatt, the shit has got to stop. It's got to stop. It's got to. Because eventually, these guys are going to start getting lost in the shuffle. And the biggest thing is, they're not even building their own talent. They're building established WWE guys. That's who they're building. That's who they're building with, and that's who they're going to move forward with. The Punks of the world. The Bryan Danielsons of the world. That's who they're going to use. The Adam Coles of the world. I mean, I don't know where they go from here. I really don't know where they go from here. But this was a good show. We're going to get into it, and we're going to talk about it. It's a lot to dive into. It's a lot to talk about. So thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below. AEW All Out, September 5th, 2021. So we kicked the show off with Miro versus Eddie Kingston for the AEW TNT Championship. This was a pretty back and forth match. In the end, Miro was able to get the win with the running Moxley kick. I gave that a 3 out of 5. And hopefully down the line we can see a rematch of sorts between these two. I would love it. The crowd was red hot in this. Next, we had Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kashima. A very good back and forth match. Moxley wins via the paradigm shift. I gave that a 3 out of 5. I feel like Moxley is just there to just be there now. And I do believe that he's going to be one of the ones that's going to have to take a back seat. With CM Punk being there, with Bryan Danielson being there, and Adam Cole being there, where does Moxley fit in the top of the card? Where does he fit in that AEW world title contention? Where does he sit with that? Where is he in that? Where is he in that main event scene? He's just taking kind of like a mid-card role. He's kind of just really just happy to be there. And this is a guy that carried AEW through the pandemic. And now it's just like he's just off on the sunset somewhere. And everyone else is just passing him by. And you can say the same thing with with Malachi Black, the same thing. He didn't even have a match. And like I said before, this is the problem with AEW. This is one of their main fucking problems. Post-match, Minoru Suzuki, he debuted. He took out Moxley with a gotch power driver. So the two beat the shit out of each other. So that was cool to see him. He got a decent pop. Next, Britt Baker, DMD, versus Kris Statlander for the AEW Women's Championship. This was an okay match. I didn't like it. It was too many false finishes. Like when she hit the Tequila Sunrise. That let us know that Adam Cole was going to return later on in the night. Well, he was going to debut later on in the night. So I like that homage. And then the stomp. But Baker wins via the lockjaw. I gave that a 2 out of 3. Next, the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers for the AEW Tag Team Championships in a steel cage match. This was an okay match. I just think that it was too much of a spot fest. But, the crowd was super into it. So many crazy spots like you would imagine. It's the Young Bucks. The Bucks have sucked. The young cucks, the young fucks, the young dumb fucks. So the Lucha Bros, they win via an assisted pile driver for the 3. Crowd popped huge. And it was a bunch of false finishes in this one. I gave that a 3 out of 5. But I am happy for the Lucha Brothers. I am. They deserved it. And we'll see what happens next with this. So, we'll see what happens. Moving on, we had the AEW Women's Casino Battle Royal. This was a very slow match. Took a lot of time. Ruby Soho made her debut. She was the Joker, as everyone pretty much predicted. Soho wins via the Riot Kick as Thunder Rosa falls to the floor. I gave that a 3 out of 5. I'm happy for Soho, and I think that she'll do well in AEW. And as you can see, it's just a bunch of ex-WWE people just getting, top spots. I mean, you kind of have to do that because AEW the women's division isn't that good right now. It's just not. Outside of Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, Jade Cargill in due time, Ty Conti, now with the addition of Ruby SoHo. So, I mean, AEW's women's division, they need to have, needs a lot of work. They have a lot of fucking work to get done. A lot. Next, MJF versus Chris Jericho. The final fight. If Jericho loses, he can no longer wrestle in AEW. He has to officially retire. Jericho wins here via the Lion Tamer. I give that 1 out of 5 because of the really bad call of Aubrey Edwards. It makes no fucking sense. She should have realized that Jericho's foot was on the fucking ropes. Come on now. And I mean, I was like, what the fuck? I had no choice but to give this a 1 out of 5. I don't like my intelligence being insulted. It made no sense. The match didn't need to restart. She should have known that's referee 101. That's refereeing 101. She should have fucking known that Jericho's foot was on the fucking ropes. How dumb can you be? That's dumb as shit. I had no choice but to give it a 1 out of 5. Next, Darby Allen versus CM Punk. CM Punk wins via the GTS. I gave that a 3 out of 5. It was very, very slow, as we all predicted and knew it would be. Next, Paul White versus QT Marshall. Oh, my bad. Before I go on with that match, CM Punk and Darby shake hands along with Punk and Sting. They shake hands. So there's a sign that Punk and Sting will face one another down the line. That's going to be fucking awesome. Hopefully Sting will turn heel in due time. I do see Punk turning heel, though, as well. I see Punk turning heel later on down the line, especially with what we got later on in the night. Moving on, Paul White versus QT Marshall. Didn't even need to be on the show at all, period. It was a squash match. Paul White wins via the choke slam. I gave it a 1 out of 5. It just didn't need to be on the show. I get why they had to have it, because they needed to bring the crowd down from the CM Punk debut. So I see they had to, bring them down again with that. And then the main event, Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship. This was a very good match, as we all knew it would be. Omega is still making those stupid fucking goofy faces and shit, and those dumbass mannerisms that he always does. So goofy, so stupid. The guy's a total tool. He really is. Towards the end of the match, Omega wins via a one-winged angel off the top rope, an avalanche one-winged angel for the 1, 2, 3. Post-match, Omega gets on the mic. The Super Elite are beating down Jurassic Express and Christian. Then Omega gets on the mic, cuts a promo, and out comes Adam Cole. Gets a really good pop. Super kicks Jungle Boy. Omega gets on the mic again. Then we hear Return of the Valkyrie. Bryan Danielson's music hits. Comes out to major yes chants. A really good pop. We have a stare down between the Elite, Jurassic Express, Christian, and Bryan Danielson. Danielson takes out a couple members of the Elite And then he stands tall, along with Jurassic Express and Christian. I gave that a 3 out of 5. So, it was a good pay-per-view. I gotta admit that. But it's a lot of moving parts, and I feel that AEW revealed their hand. They revealed their entire hand. And like I said before, where do they go next? What is next? Who else can you bring in? What is next? Because a lot of things have to change going forward. A lot of things. I much would have rather preferred to see Adam Cole debut on maybe Dynamite or maybe Rampage or at Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York on the 22nd of September. I don't think that anything's going to happen with New York when it comes to C19. I just don't see it. But I do see why they wanted to go ahead and debut everyone. You know, there was a bunch of cool moments in this. Punk got his moment. Danielson got his moment. Cole got his moment. Ruby SoHo, she got her moment. So it was the Lucha Brothers, they got their moment. So, you know, it was a really cool show. But AEW is going to have to make some real serious decisions. Now that they have everyone here just about outside of Wyndham Rotunda, who are they going to push? And where does that leave guys like Malachi Black, guys like Moxley, guys, you know, guys that really, guys like Andrade. And Andrade, he's really just, he had a horrible debut. He debuted back in June, and it was very forgetful. No one even really remembers that at all. He had a horrible AEW debut, very horrible. And they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything with Andrade, with Malachi right now. They're all taking a back seat, and these are guys that I feel like that could be in that upper mid-card main event scene in due time. I do feel that way because of the fan base that they have, and because of, you know, of what AEW kind of stands for. But AEW has a lot of work to do. I want to see where the ratings are going to go with this. I do. I want to see if Dynamite and Rampage can get these million and some change ratings for a while. I'm talking about for like at least a few months, at least for the rest of the year. They've got to keep this momentum going, and that's the problem with AEW, is that 1 minute they're on top, next minute they're well, my bad. 1 minute they're on top, and the next minute they're on the bottom, and it's not good. It's just not good. I don't know, man. I really don't know what they're going to do moving forward, but AEW has a lot of work to do, and they have to start thinning that roster in due time. It's just going to have to happen, because with the additions of Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, soon to be Wyndham Rotunda, a lot of these other guys, like I said before, like a Moxley, like a Malachi, like an Andrade, those guys are going to take back seats. Unless you guys are going to prominently feature all these guys, then what's the point of just signing these guys and not really having any plans for these guys except for a select few? So there's my 2 cents. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.